This is the Riot Podcast, and there's so much here to get excited about. I'm actually having a hard time saying it.
You're so glad to be done with the weekend and back to another Riot Podcast.
Oh, my gosh, man. It's crazy. Being at home, doing what I wanted, relaxing.
Nothing compared to this.
Man, I know. So glad to be up early. Things in the podcast today. Barbecue sauce, Waffle House, the WWE, Groundhog Day, CBS and shows you don't watch, food fight with the American Lung Association.
That was fun.
The boring flamethrower, the Super Blue Blood Moon eclipse, and Big Macs and bananas.
I'm glad you got all that out.
There's a lot of stuff in there. So you guys are in for a packed podcast.
A treat.
Yeah, you guys enjoy that. Anything else, Nikki, you want to?
I don't think so. Let's have a good week. Oh, okay? Let's have all 5 days really good.
Okay.
And are you out of coffee?
Coffee's empty.
Oh, well,
no coffee.
Hey, it's not bad. It's an opportunity for more coffee.
Come on.
Let's go to the break room. Let's get that filled up, and let's get that on to another good day.
I see problems. Nikki sees opportunities.
I see a chance for you to enjoy a different blend than you had for breakfast.
Come on, Nikki. Thank you.
You're welcome.
What would we do without you? I'll tell you what we do.
Probably the same thing. It would just be missing my voice.
Right. You guys would miss it. I would miss it. It's the Riot.
The Riot talks about wanting a day off, but when do we get a day off from them?
Whoa! You suck at this!
It's the worst of the Riot on Radio U.
What did you guys do last night to get ready for the week? Nikki, what's your thing? Do you have like a Sunday night routine where you're like, okay, here's how I get ready for the week?
Not so much. I mean, I pretend to make my lunch so that I have the look of it in the Radio U break room for the entire week.
So you're not intending to eat it?
Oh, I just made it.
It's just a statue of lunch.
With some snacks as well. So I usually go through that motion.
It's funny. By creating that lunch, what you're also doing is, one, creating the illusion of saving money because you're not going to go out to eat.
Sure.
Then you've also given yourself a gateway to guilt because every day you can say, you were supposed to eat this and you didn't.
I've had this lunch all week.
All week.
What are you doing?
You've created a little bit of guilt that you're sprinkling over your eating out.
Yes.
All week long.
I think it's just a great way to start off things. So that's what I've done.
It seems like maybe that's making it even worse.
No, I don't think so.
That tinge of guilt is actually fueling the cycle.
Sure. And now I just think it's a game.
You think this is a game?
That I'm losing.
You know what, Nikki? You're the one in charge. You're the referee of that game.
You're right.
Take that lunch home and just say, you know what? I'm eating out every day this week.
If I said that, then I'd be like, you know what? I really miss eating in.
I know.
That's just a mind game.
You got to play the game the other way.
But usually outside of that, I just gather things for the week that I might need and just make sure I'm all ready to go.
Okay. So last night, I was like, I got to get ready for the week. So I put my feet up and got myself some nice chamomile tea or like whatever the sleepy time tea is. And I read Power Rangers comics for...
Well, now aren't you ready to go?
Boy, they're really good, too. Who could have thought that? I just happened
to be
at
these new ones, or?
Yes. I was at the library, and I like to go through the 750s, which is where they keep the graphic novels. And I was looking at stuff, and I was like, read it, been there, done that. Hey, these are those new Power Rangers comics people have been talking about. Man, it's great. It's great.
Someone could just glimpse into your Sunday night.
I know.
Chamomile tea and some comic books.
I was reading volume 1 of the Green Ranger thing, season 1, or I can't remember what they were calling it, but it was just a graphic novel. I think it had 6 issues in it. I'm not done. I actually was enjoying it so much I decided I wanted to save 2 issues to maybe go and read today. So that's what I'm gaming, like you're playing the lunch game.
I know you're like, how can they live? Like, you're surprised, right?
What? Hey, Sunday night's good times,
right? We made it
right?
this long because, if you're going to party that hard.
I'll tell you what, hey, don't make no mistake. That tea could have burned my mouth.
True.
Okay?
And paper cut. Because you're actually reading a book.
Right.
You're reading a physical copy. And that is a dice we don't roll too often.
It's like, talk about partying hard. I want you to think about this. Friday on my way home from work, I stopped at the library and got books.
Oh, my gosh. Just stop it. Did you go in or did you go through the drive-thru?
No, I went in. Because I wanted to browse.
I don't even know
I had one book on reserve, but I wanted to see what else they had.
I don't want to be here.
Well, I don't want to be here either. But that's a whole other thing. Seriously.
I'm just worried.
I'm just saying that you guys need to start thinking about your Sunday night game a little more intense. You know what I'm saying? What's going to get you ready? What's going to give you the power to range over your week?
Yeah. All right, well.
Know what I'm saying?
Now we have to go the whole day today and be okay with that.
When life is this good, you don't need a vacation. So, get back to work. It's The Riot on Radio U.
Nikki, have you played HQ Trivia yet?
HQ Trivia?
Have you done that?
I have not.
You know what? As an iOS user, it's time for you to get on board.
Is that something I should be playing?
Well, I think they just made it available on Android back in late December, and I haven't done it yet either. HQ Trivia is a game that is Scott. It's this guy that does trivia, and it's basically everybody on the whole stinking internet can play at once. Scott asks the question, you answer the question.
Oh, and then you get the money.
Yeah, but it's fascinating because they have millions of users, like so many people. You win.
Well, the key is active users.
No, but that's just it.
Like they have those?
That's what makes HQ Trivia so hot, is like there are so many people that do it. And it's live. So it's not a matter of you downloading an app and, you get 20 questions and they're rotated around, whatever. This dude is on camera twice a day live. And what I think is amazing is we refuse to watch TV. I'm not watching
TV.
Like, I am not going to watch your stupid whatever. If we put HQ Trivia on TV, you wouldn't touch it. There's just no way you'd have anything to do with it. But the idea of like, man, tonight at 8, I've got to have my phone out so I can play HQ Trivia. People are into it, man.
I feel like it's kind of like when you go to some of those restaurants back in the day and they'd give you the trivia box.
Yep.
So you could play while you were eating.
Well, it's on, Nikki. Like, it's time for you to get in. They have made news because they just had a thing where it used to be you had to win at least $20 or accumulate $20 worth of winnings, and then you would be able to withdraw your money.
You can cash out.
But now you can withdraw any amount. They also announced that you have a 90-day window. So if after 90 days you haven't withdrawn the money,
it goes away.
They're going to take it back. So you have to do that. But I don't
know if I want to start something.
I keep meaning to do it, and then I'm like, But
I'm sorry, it's only twice a day, so you do have to be live with it?
It's live only. So without that...
Do they change the time? Or is it pretty consistent? Or
I don't know the answer to that. I still haven't played it. So maybe that's something we should do. You and I we'll become big-time trivia people.
I don't want to open a door. And I know you're like, oh, trivia, what's wrong with that? I just don't want to open a door.
But you could win money.
That's what the little voice tells you.
It's perfect.
Pretty soon, you're just scratching at everything and trying to win. I'm worried.
Are you saying this is going to turn me into an instant lotto person?
I don't want to find out.
You're just afraid.
I know probably something will be unlocked.
Well, I'll tell you what. If you do what you got to do, but HQ Trivia is out there, and I feel like this is something that when I mentioned it, I'm surprised you didn't know about it because I feel like this is something.
I've heard rumblings about it, but I didn't know its name.
I feel like this is something that you are at home doing that you don't want anybody to know about.
I love trivia stuff, but no, I don't want to.
Okay. Well, you know what? You're not lying to me right now, are you?
I promise.
My right hand's
up.
Show me your other hand.
Both hands are up.
Okay.
I don't have the app downloaded. That'd be the best way for you to tell.
Well, I just thought that maybe you're like, look, I don't have it, but your fingers are crossed. Other hand. Okay, I saw both hands, guys, and toes crossed doesn't count.
Starting your day with the worst of the riot is a great idea because it's guaranteed to get better from here. It's The Riot on Radio U.
Nikki, were you watching WWE this weekend?
I missed out.
You were watching the Royal Rumble?
Why was I not doing that? I don't watch anything fun.
I can't believe you didn't watch Royal Rumble this weekend.
I'm disappointed in myself, too.
All right, it's fine. You know you can get the WWE app for $10 a month. And it gives you all the pay-per-views.
I know.
Plus all that historical footage. Like, it's all archived right there.
And I'm missing out.
You can go back and watch entire careers. I mean, just over the course, well, okay, fine, whatever. But there was some big news that happened at Royal Rumble.
Some rumbles?
There were some rumbles of a royal level. They don't just call it that.
What happened?
Last night, Ronda Rousey showed up, and it's official. She's joined the WWE.
Wasn't she the one fighter?
She was the.
She won that one fight, and then I don't think it went as well after that.
She's the UFC fighter that has been showing up in Hollywood. You know, she was in Fast and Furious 7. the one where the car jumps between the buildings. Whichever one that was, she's in that
She's
one.
in that one.
Yeah, and then she was also in that other movie.
Well, you're really selling it.
I know, right? I can't remember. But then she went back to UFC. She got pounded pretty badly. I know she's lost one fight, maybe two, and she's out now.
So
No
it
more
looks like
UFC.
I don't think she does. Yeah, MMA. So she's not doing that.
No, she's going to be a wrestler now. So she showed up at Royal Rumble, walked into the ring, and pointed at the WrestleMania sign. WrestleMania.
And that's it. Boy, I missed it.
Well, Nikki, the good news is that with the WWE app, you could go back and watch it because they archive events like that. So,
Ooh.
look,
For just $10 a month.
Maybe
I feel like maybe I'm at my limit with all my $10 a month or charges, but maybe.
This is just one of those things where someone who at some point we were supposed to take seriously as an athlete, and now
Yeah, but you got to
WWE.
do what you got to do. So, like, if MMA stuff was not working out, then you got to, wherever you can still do something like that. So it's not a big stretch to go from that to the WWE. It's more theatrical. And if she likes acting, then that's the combination of the
This
two.
would be a good fit for her.
Yeah.
So it'll enable her to use some of her fighting skills-ish.
Probably.
And then also will give her an opportunity to act a bit, which is not to say it's not real, because if it's real to you, that's what really matters.
That's all that matters, isn't it?
That's what really matters.
I don't think I could ever be a wrestler. I would just be like, pause, like, wait. Like, I don't think I could act out the whole thing. And keep us not a straight face, but just like stay in character the whole time.
It's a skill. Like, it is an absolute skill. And maybe I would have that skill if I worked on it, but I'm not willing to put in the effort. So, and at this point, I feel like we've kind of chosen our career. So,
we're in radio.
We'll probably just stay here. Just keep doing this.
Unless you start throwing around a chair, then I know you want to change on over.
Dude, I would love it. I do think I really think I'd be a great manager, like a wrestling manager.
I think you'd do great at the announcer. So is there still an announcer for WWE?
Probably, but where I could play a character and be a manager and come out and be like, and being a DJ, I would be that. Maybe that would even be my character or whatever. Like, I think I could do that really well.
As long as you weren't, because sometimes I feel like they would drag you in and you'd have to wrestle every so often.
Well, I'd probably just get hit by a chair and then I'd have to fall out kind of thing.
And then your wrestler that you manage would be so mad because they went after you, and then that's it. They go crazy.
Nikki, write that storyline.
Okay,
you and Freddie Prinze Jr., just in the back writing WWE stuff. It's perfect.
Sure, the Riot could start eating healthy, or they could continue living happy, enjoyable lives. The Riot on Radio U.
You know what? Every once in a while something comes up in the news and I just feel for somebody because I love barbecue sauce. Now, I feel like barbecue is something that's really easy to get wrong because you can get it and it tastes too much like onions. That happens. It tastes too much like
liquid smoke.
Oh, gosh. That's not even what I was thinking, but yes.
It's bad.
They're like, hey, we didn't smoke these. We just have this chemical we pour on to make it smell that way.
We thought we just add a dash of it, and you're like, nope, that was too much.
I didn't even know liquid smoke existed until we went to a barbecue place where they apologized for adding too much. And you're like,
it was noticeable.
It was like, wait, you're telling me you guys don't have a smoker back there? You just have a bottle of liquid smoke?
That's what you do.
A
lot of places do that.
That's almost as bad when we went to O'Charlie's and they served us their signature cheddar or whatever soup, cheddar potato soup. And the manager comes out and he's like, oh, we didn't put enough water in. It comes in a can and we just had water. And I don't think we put enough water in this time.
But barbecue is it's different. It's very, how do we want to say? It's customizable. Like, each person likes their own style of barbecue sauce. Like, it is what it is.
For me, I'm a Sweet Baby Ray's honey barbecue guy. I like that. They got a spicy variety. I'll take that too. And some people say, like, well, it's too sweet. Really? You're like shocked that I would prefer a sugary taste to like a vinegary taste or something like that?
Or an oniony taste.
What do you think? What do you think? Yeah.
See, we all like what we like.
We do like what we like. And that's why in Bibb County, Georgia.
Bibb?
Down in Bibb?
Never been there.
Down at the Waffle House. We had a bit of a problem. It's the one there, near I-75. Willie Edward Drake. He was asking for some barbecue sauce. And the restaurant was like, we don't have any. And then the man got out of his booth and began screaming obscenities and insulting the workers and said, I will go to blanking jail over some barbecue sauce.
Well, isn't he intense?
The interesting thing is that, they say sometimes, speak what you want and watch it happen. And that's exactly what happened to old Willie Edward Drake. Because he said he was willing to go to blanking jail for barbecue sauce.
Now he's there.
He's going to jail for barbecue sauce.
Congratulations to him.
Yeah.
But has anybody been to jail? I don't think you get barbecue sauce there.
I'll tell you.
If it is, it's ketchup made in the toilet.
Would you like some barbecue sauce? We make it in the toilet.
I mean, that's what you get.
I'll tell you what, Nikki.
Jail's not meant to be nice.
It's true. And neither is Waffle House, for that matter.
But that's not that bad.
Okay, I want you and I to try an experiment, all right, here? Because Willie, he said what he wanted, and it happened. So I'll tell you what.
Oh.
I will walk out. I will walk out in the blanking parking lot to drive my new free BMW.
Let me look through the camera outside.
I will walk out in the blanking parking lot to pick up my brand new free BMW.
I don't see anything out there, OB.
Double check.
I don't see any flashing lights for the car.
I haven't walked outside yet. When I get outside,
I bet you it's off to the corner and I can't see it on the camera.
I will go to the blanking door to get the donuts that were dropped off.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
All right.
Maybe it's in the heat of the moment.
Could
and
be.
Maybe he had some magical beans or something. Like he had something different.
Maybe it was a magical Waffle House.
Something like that.
But he got what he asked for.
His fairy godmother or something.
Well, he didn't get the barbecue sauce he asked for. He got the jail. So maybe it's a matter of asking for something you don't get, and then it's followed up by a wish fulfillment. There's got to be a way, right?
As much as I love barbecue sauce, I do like a honey mustard better.
Ooh, boy.
Or even a dry rub. Sometimes I prefer that, too.
A dry rub can be good, but I prefer something that's a little more saucy. You know what? I wouldn't mind going back to KFC for some of that. What was that, Georgia Gold? That was good.
It's a good sauce.
It really was.
That's worth one night in jail.
Want to know what the Riot is doing right now? Follow them on Instagram and Twitter at riot.radiou.com. It's the worst of the Riot on Radio U.
Let's talk Friday. What are your plans so far, Nikki?
Well, now, I know we just got back from the weekend, so since it's Monday, it's a little early to start talking about Friday, don't you think?
No.
You don't think it's ever too early?
Doesn't seem too early to me.
Because that'll make this week a very long one if we start doing that.
Actually, Nikki, nothing we talk about right now is going to make this week any longer. It might seem longer.
But it will still
reality,
be
it'll be the same length that it always is.
But it'll feel longer.
Mm-hmm. Boy, this conversation's starting to feel long, huh, guys? I know. Well, the reason I'm asking is because I didn't know if you had gone ahead and called the caterer for the Groundhog Day party we're having Friday.
Oh, you're right. Is Friday Groundhog Day then?
Oh, yeah.
Bring out the whatever we do to celebrate that.
Watch the Bill Murray movie one time.
Let's have some breakfast.
I'm trying this year, what I'm trying to do is I want to make sure that I celebrate the true spirit of Groundhog Day. And so I'm trying to make sure that I keep groundhogging Groundhog Day. So that's why,
Keep it first.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. So I'm laying plans right now. So I was thinking about a Groundhog Day cake, chocolate, of course, buttercream icing.
Chocolate with chocolate icing?
Yeah, maybe should we do a special stream?
Oh, no, we could do that cookie crumble that they always are like, this looks like dirt for those cakes.
Perfect.
Then it looks like he's under the ground.
And then, how hard do you think it would be to take a large gummy bear and reshape him, in the form of a groundhog?
I think we can do it.
They're pretty close,
and
right?
then like that baby cake thing, then instead you'd have a little groundhog, and if you find it in the cake, then you have...
You're the winner!
Yeah, you're the winner. You have something good.
And that's why we have to eat the whole cake, because we have to find the groundhog in the cake.
Yeah, if not, we'll just look and see what he does on Friday.
It's pretty important. So the idea, of course, is that if he sees his shadow... 6 more weeks of winter?
I'm going to need confirmation on which one's which.
If he doesn't see his shadow, we get an early spring. Also, March, in like a lion, out like a lamb, or in like a lamb, out like a lion. So that's another thing we keep in mind. A lot of animals telling us about the weather.
What to do.
And they're about as reliable as the average meteorologist.
Okay, emerging from its burrow on this day, sees a shadow due to clear weather. It will retreat, and winter will be around for 6 more weeks. If he does not, due to cloudiness, spring season will arrive early.
All right, let's go ahead and bet all bets in. What do you think?
I kind of like an early spring. I'm going for that.
No, I'm betting against it. It's going to be a long winter.
Groundhog Day comes from a
movie
German
by Bill Murray.
No, a German lore about a badger, and the badger was
honey badger,
a forecasting animal. So that was just something they had.
All right, okay. Well, you know what? I'm just saying that it's time for you guys to go ahead and make your plans for this Friday to attend Nikki's Groundhog Day Bash.
Woo!
It's always one of the biggest parties of the year.
Last name, I don't know. Let's go through A through M, and I'm going to need you to bring an appetizer.
Yeah. And then everybody else, N through Z, you're going to need to be donuts.
A side dish. No, that's an appetizer. I'm going to need a dessert.
Dessert.
Okay? And then everybody brings a drink, and then you're fine.
Okay, fantastic. And we're talking 2 liters. Nobody bring like a 20-ounce. No, it's not for yourself.
It's not about that.
You got to bring something to share.
Yes. One for you, one for the groundhog. One for you, one for the groundhog.
You know, and I'll be dressed up as the groundhog, eating the cake and the donuts.
That's a low moment. If that's what they give you for the party, you're like, will you dress up as the groundhog and
whatever,
eat this?
You know what? If I showed up dressed as a groundhog on Friday, you would be so excited.
Worst of the riot, not enough? Not enough. Check the blog and all things Riot at riot.radiou.com.
Are you ready, Nikki? Are you ready for fall 2018?
What am I supposed to be ready for? I'm too afraid.
CBS is going to change your world with 6 brand new shows.
Woo! What are they bringing? I hope it's something that's an acronym for something else.
No. They're bringing back Magnum PI.
Hey!
Tom Selleck.
Is that the Ferrari one in Hawaii?
Yep, that's the one with Higgins. That's all I know. I just know that.
And this is the Magnum PI music?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
What do you...
I didn't know if this was
You think we were just like looking for a little something to listen to, and we just...
Sure. I didn't know if it was this or some other show.
You didn't know if it was this. Did you... Here, I got the A-Team right here.
What's that one sound like?
In 1972, a crack commando unit was
this?
sent to prison by a
it's the
military
A-Team.
court.
Okay.
They didn't commit.
Wait, listen.
Escaped from a maximum security stockade in the Los Angeles underground.
Mysterious.
Today, still wanted by the government, they survived.
Still wanted by the government.
If you have a
long
problem,
intro.
if no one else can help, and if you can find,
do you have a problem, Nikki? No one else can help.
I know who to hire. Oh, listen to sign effects. It's similar.
See, it's totally different. It's totally different. How can you even think that? How can you even think they sound the same?
It sounds a lot like each other.
Not even close.
All right. Well, so who's Magnum PI going to be?
I don't know. They haven't announced it yet. But they're bringing it back. Because, they're doing so well with their other acronym show out in Hawaii. So, Hawaii 5-0.
Yes.
It's not an acronym. Sorry, guys. I was thinking of something else. But, yeah, they're bringing it back. Magnum PI and Cagney and Lacey.
What is that one?
I don't know. They're women and they're cops. And Nikki, you're a woman and you're a cop.
I'm gonna love
so it's
to
your
watch
perfect
that.
show.
Yep.
It's the perfect show for your grandparents.
Seems like
Yeah. They're also bringing a show called Chiefs.
Yeah.
It explores the professional and personal lives of
a
3
police chief?
driven, successful, but very different women who are chiefs of police. So look, Nikki, they're girls and you're a girl.
I hate that.
What?
I hate
so
that.
you're going to watch that show?
I feel like I can't, and I don't mean to be rude, but I can't watch anything on CBS. I just don't know why. I've never... That and NBC. Well, and ABC. And Fox are really iffy on. So
and the CW's right out.
Oh, that's out. Most broadcast networks I just can't handle. So.
What about PBS?
PBS?
You watch PBS. They've got Regency dramas, Masterpiece Theater.
Maybe once a year.
Victoria.
I watch that from the BBC.
Whatever, but you be watching it here. I know how it is. They've also got 3 multi-camera comedies they'll be having in 2018. I heard that from the fall season, basically nothing hit.
Nothing took off?
Yeah, like it seems like everybody...
Just on CBS, or are you talking network or all networks?
That's why it was a big deal that Fox picked up 911 for another season.
They say that's done okay.
Yeah. Word is that like new TV this year has just not really taken off on networks.
Nothing's picked up.
I watched almost 3 episodes of SWAT. Because I was just like, okay, every once in a while you like a police procedural, like you enjoy mashed potatoes or vanilla ice cream.
Sure.
It's just something that you pile the other stuff on top of. But I was, halfway through the 2nd or 3rd episode, and I'm like, what am I doing with my life right now?
Sad when that starts coming out.
What am I doing with my life right now? I could be playing a video game or back to those Power Rangers comics. I mean...
Well, okay, what you just brought up is not a good replacement.
If you say so.
Nikki and Obadiah. Obadiah and Nikki.
Love, hate, hate, love.
All right, everyone in, let's go.
It's the worst of the riot on Radio U.
It's a packed weekend that we are going into. I know it's Monday, but you got Groundhog Day. You've got the Super Bowl this weekend, Nikki.
You're right. I forgot about that.
That's a big to-do. And then there's another thing with the people and stuff.
Oh, you have to give to give me more than that.
No, there's another big event this weekend.
Is it an award show?
Probably. It's probably the Blockbuster Video Awards or something this weekend.
Well, now I know you've missed that.
Well, you know what, though? I was talking to a friend. He's trying to figure out, and I do love this, and I sympathize. He wants to buy a big screen TV. He wants at least a 60-inch, maybe a 65-inch.
Is he wanting to buy it, though, in time for the Super Bowl, or is he just wanting to buy it just sometime soon?
He just wants it in general, which is why I'm bringing the problem to you, Nikki. Best Buy had a 60-inch TV, Hisense, for like $450.
That's the company?
He's trying to do it on the cheap. And not that there's anything wrong with that.
No.
Because he's already got all the smart TV crap. He just needs the
cheap.
panel.
Let's say reasonably priced.
Very reasonably priced. Okay, so there's that. And so what he was trying to figure out is, do you buy the sale, or do you wait until next week till they've returned the TVs and try to buy the open boxes?
You tell your friend he's close. He's very close, and I know he's going to want it, and you're
so
like,
you're saying to sit on it.
It's such a good deal, but you could buy a little better name, maybe, and get a better deal if you just wait till next week.
So you think the open box is the way to go next week?
Open box or no box, so many people take TVs back. You can get a really good deal. You just have to wait till after the Super Bowl.
Yeah, and of course, I'm dangling that.
Because they get them only for the Super Bowl.
I'm dangling that in front of him because that's what I did.
Yeah.
I went and got a big screen. See, I keep calling it a big screen, but it's not. It's just a TV. A 55-inch TV is not a big screen TV anymore. It's just a TV. And so,
which means you need to get a bigger one. You need to get one that qualifies.
I will tell you that I saw a 75-inch TV. Well, okay, I actually saw a couple TVs because I was helping him. I was at Best Buy. I found a 78-inch OLED for only $5,000, which I was just like, what? It's cool.
Happy Valentine's Day to me.
Do I love myself?
Yes, I do.
Don't I deserve it? Are you telling me I don't deserve it? I deserve things.
Are you yelling that at yourself?
I work hard. I deserve to be in debt for this TV. Well, so I looked at it and I was like, you know what? That's nice. And then I moved on down the line to the $450 one. But then I also looked at, for about $1,500, they had or maybe it was $1,700, it was a 75-inch LG. And I was like,
maybe it was time we move up.
Yeah, like how much can you make on plasma every month?
I asked Eric to size, to see because we hang our TV, not on a wall, but on a unit that's attached to the wall.
Okay.
So it's I only got so much space I can work with.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, let's see what we can go with. Can we go bigger?
Yeah.
And I think we can.
Yeah.
I think we can.
I think 75-inch TV seems reasonable.
Got a Costco rebate coming soon. That paired with a no box, and we might be in business.
So just to be clear, back to the original question. You think that instead of getting a Super Bowl deal, we should wait and try to get an open box deal?
You want to...
And by we, I mean him, because I'm out.
You want to get a good deal on someone who got a Super Bowl deal who didn't want that anymore.
But see, then here comes the question. Are you going to get a percentage off the sale price, or are they going to give you a percentage off full retail, which means that you're basically just getting the sale price again?
You have to look. You need to be aware still.
Yeah, I will say, like I would go Costco over Best Buy because you feel like Best Buy, they're going to try to make their money back, and Costco's like,
just let him have it.
Just get it out of here.
I met the guy in that department. He's like, yeah, I priced it.
Just
it's
whatever.
fine. Just send it
take
out.
it.
I like that attitude better.
Just whatever.
How does Nikki put up with Obadiah day after day? It's easy. We pay her. Radio U.
Joining us in the studio for their annual stop by,
Yay!
the American Lung Association, Brittany and Andrew.
A year has gone by already.
Yeah, can you believe that?
Oh my gosh.
A year and 14 more marathons?
Yeah, something like that. Had some epic runs this year. I actually tackled the Wonderland Trail, which is about 97 miles. We actually...
You mean at the same time?
At the same time.
My gosh.
We ran a marathon a day and did the balance on the last day. So
if you've never heard Andrew with us, Andrew runs beyond what you would think would be possible. It's just amazing.
Well, and you started later in life. Weren't you
turned
over 40?
Yeah,
okay.
I was 40.
Okay.
My midlife crisis. Instead of going and getting that Corvette,
You started running.
Yeah, I started running. So it's now 10 years later, and my goal is to get to 100 marathons my 50th year.
And what did you just do yesterday?
I did number 84, so I got 16 to do this year.
I think you could do that.
To get to my goal.
Well, okay, wait, hang on.
So 16 this year.
Just to be clear, 16's kind of a lot. Do you think, are you going to do 16 marathons this year?
Think big or you'll never be big, Obi.
I am big. I'm not thinking big. That's amazing, dude. That is amazing.
That'll be already what you've done as an accomplishment, and that'll just be another accomplishment.
Wow.
I'll keep you guys posted.
Yeah,
okay.
please
No,
do.
I really want to know. So, Brittany, how many marathons for you this year?
I'm gonna climb the climb this year.
Hey.
Is that good?
That's good.
That seems pretty big to me, actually.
Yes, it
Brittany
is.
is a part of the Fight for Air Climb, which it's hosted in different cities around the United States, and that's with the American Lung Association, where normally downtown in buildings, you're a part of a Fight for Air Climb where you climb up so many floors, and then you get to take the elevator down.
Yes, you do.
And so we do for Radio U Columbus. That's coming up on Saturday, February 17th, and we'll have Team Radio U.
Yeah, so are you guys ready?
I am so pumped. It snuck up on us. We were just talking about that we can't believe it's been another year. But once I get to this point, just a few weeks before, it's just pure adrenaline, and I just can't wait. So I'm very excited, and I am ready.
So, Andrew, you'll do the vertical mile again?
I'm actually doing the vertical mile in Louisville this weekend.
Oh, my gosh.
You can't just do
Underestimate this guy,
No
right?
big deal.
As you know, we have climbs all around the country,
Right.
so I participate in those. I actually we just worked it out. I've participated in over 300 American Lung Association events as either a participant, fundraiser, or volunteer.
Do you think that's
Man.
the most?
I could be
Do you think so?
a
power player?
Yeah, there you go.
something like that.
He's
yeah.
got to be, if he's not the boss,
Yeah, pretty
he's
top.
very close to being at the top of the participator list. Come on.
A Fight for Air Climb, it's 40 floors, so it equals about 880 steps.
And so how many times to do a vertical mile in the Columbus one, how many is that?
Yes, so the vertical mile in Columbus, which we also have going on in conjunction with the regular climb, is over 19,000 steps, 860 floors.
It's just
So
Wow.
it's actually to get a vertical mile, and you go a mile up and a mile down.
mile down.
Yep.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So you're going up and down the steps, and that's over 20 times that you got to be in that. Wow. I'm impressed.
And if
Or
you're
close
like,
to, I
it's
guess.
just a mile, I know you're like, even a mile just running normal way is hard, but try going up steps, up and down.
Wow. So
It certainly gives you a new appreciation for your lungs when
It
you get
does,
done.
yeah.
Absolutely.
even just doing it once, I kind of have exercise induced asthma. I'm fine all year, but
The second you do a stair climb.
no, that stair climb.
That's
I'll
it.
tell you what, I get to the top and I have to have my inhaler for that because it's super intense to get in there, and it's a really good event because not only does it raise money, but it really does push you to realize just how precious your breath is.
Yes.
And if you couldn't get it, it's something. So it's very cool.
And we kind of want that. I mean,
Yeah.
as crazy as that sounds, we want
Not
you to
your
feel that.
exercise asthma.
No.
Yeah.
But we want you to feel that because, if you think about a person who does have lung disease, that's how they feel just walking from their bedroom to their kitchen.
Right.
And so to get that perspective, it really hits your heart, in my opinion. So.
Yeah. So if you guys are interested in finding out more about this, you can go to RadioU.com. As we had mentioned, there's one coming up in Columbus where Zach from Radio U is going to be climbing.
He's leading. That'll be Saturday, February 17th. So details available through RadioU.com. And then you can see if you're outside of Columbus or Ohio, you can find out what other cities near you might be hosting a Fight for Air climb.
Now, up in a couple of minutes, we're actually going to have a taste test with our friends here from the American Lung Association.
You've always wanted to do a taste test.
I have to be honest. I'm kind of...
Excited,
yeah.
That's cool. Now, is there any other business we need to get out of the way before we get into tasting some stuff? Did we miss any details?
Obi, I just want to mention a couple of things.
Yeah.
Big shout out to our firefighters that climb in full gear. I actually had the opportunity to climb in full gear a couple of years ago, and it's just amazing what they do. 70 pounds plus of gear, and they climb. We let them go at the end. So if you can't climb or don't want to climb, you can certainly volunteer as well. So please come out and volunteer, or come out and cheer the firefighters on. I think
that
that's
means
a
a
big
lot.
thing.
That actually is a very cool moment, because they are, as they were saying, they are the last ones to go, and they do put all their stuff on.
Yeah.
And I will tell you, having done that in, my wrestling singlet to be as light as possible, going up the stairs, the idea of putting on any more weight to do it
is just
does not sound like a great idea.
You don't see how it's possible, but they do it.
They do.
That's fantastic. I'd also like to thank our presenting sponsor, U.S. Bank, and also Radio U. You guys have been awesome. It's always a pleasure to be in the studio and talk with you guys. Thanks for all you do. Really appreciate it.
Well, you're welcome. Thank you very much.
Wish the worst of the riot would never end?
Everything that has a beginning has an end.
What is wrong with you? Get our daily podcast through iTunes, Google Play, or the Radio U app.
And I'll have the number 8. That's a party platter. It serves 12 people. I know what I'm about, son.
The Riot. Food fight.
So Brittany came in this morning, and she said she's always wanted to be part of a food fight.
I mean, if you could see my face right now, I'm like a kid on Christmas morning.
You even got the little intro ditties. Brittany and Andrew are from Fight for Air Climb, which is coming up. Actually, different locations across the United States, but for Radio U, Ohio. Ours is Saturday, February 17th. And when you first mentioned, you're like, oh, you're coming in, and you were like, oh, I'll bring some energy drinks. I thought, that is so not like Fight for Air Climb. It's like, what are they bringing us? Because normally when someone brings us energy drinks, it's the whey energy drinks.
Right.
But this is a water, actually.
Yes, correct. So this is Hoist, which is a rapid hydration drink, and they're one of our sponsors. They've been with us for, I think, as long as you guys have, 4 or 5 years now. And so they have all these amazing fruity flavors, and so we've got a couple for us to taste today. So.
But it goes into your blood right away?
Yeah. So they kind of say that it's like an IV. It's so instead of like
Don't put it in an IV.
Right, don't do that. No. But if you need that rapid hydration,
this is faster than...
Exactly.
So which flavor do you want to try first?
I believe I have the dragon fruit.
You have dragon
here,
fruit?
The fruit of the dragon.
All right.
It sounds quite mystical.
May you be hydrated quite quickly.
Cheers.
And this is a new flavor?
The next one's a new flavor. Yeah.
Oh, that's good, though. Oh, I love that dragon fruit. Mm-hmm. It really gets you back in the teeth, like where you brushed your teeth.
Yeah, yeah. And dragon fruit's like, it's an actual fruit.
Yeah.
So
that's really good.
It sounds made up.
Is it a Game of Thrones thing? They made it up?
And that's a little sourish or something. No.
Too much for you?
No dragon fruit for me. I'm out.
I think it's very refreshing. I like it.
Well, tell them why, Nikki, because it feels Korean. So you're like, I have to like it because it's a Korean thing.
All right, let's move on to the other flavor.
Okay.
What do you got for me?
So this is the new one. So this is watermelon. And I happen to think this tastes like a certain candy. So you can tell me if you feel that way, too.
So this is a Hoist water.
Hoist water.
Watermelon.
She's right. Taste it.
Oh, you do get the aftertaste of a Jolly Rancher.
It does taste like a Jolly Rancher.
At first, this tastes like a spa water if you've ever gone into a spa and they put like fruits and stuff in
the water.
It really tastes like that in the beginning, but you get the taste of the watermelon more at the end.
You know you're not supposed to drink your bath water, right?
The spa water. No, like the display, not your bath water.
Well, you said the water from the spa.
Oh, when you go in.
I imagine Nikki washing her hair with the...
Yeah, exactly. Actually, I'm sure that would be a wonderful idea.
Probably.
That's really good, too.
This one's good, isn't it? I gotta say, this is my favorite.
So do you
one.
think
I would totally take this over dragon fruit. I do like it. And the idea of it tasting like a Jolly Rancher, but I'm hydrating.
Yes, see?
I could feel that.
should we have a better riot later today then, since we've been hydrated?
Stick around for the next 5 to 10 minutes and see what happens.
You're gonna feel great.
Normally after our food fights, it's the sugar crash, so we don't feel so good. So we'll see what we do with this.
Yeah, and then Andrew, I got to give a shout out to you. He also brought us both. And is this an RX bar?
RX bar, yeah. They're relatively new, all natural, as you can tell by the wrapper there. That one's a coffee chocolate. That happens to be my favorite. Second to the chocolate sea salt that they do. That one's good too. But for me, doing my runs, I can't carry a big cup of coffee when I'm when I'm running. So one of those.
I thought you put your coffee in like the backpacks.
The
you
hydration
wear.
pack.
Like a little straw.
I've tried that. Yeah, it gets all shook up like a cappuccino.
It's very frothy by the time you finish your marathon.
Yes.
Cool. Well, I'm looking forward to giving this a shot. I'm going to take this as a post-show snack.
All right.
And,
from our show marathon.
Yeah, I mean, it's a long show, so
there
it's
you go. See, you do a marathon every day.
Every day. For you guys, our listeners, yes.
Yeah. Well, guys, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you.
And thank you for sharing your hoist.
Yeah.
So I might snag a little more and maybe see if I can find like a grape or something.
Or an orange.
I'm playing. I don't feel bad about it. I don't feel bad about it. I don't. So thanks again for coming in, guys.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
You're listening to the worst of the riot.
Today sucks.
Radio U.
Does anybody else feel like the thing that's keeping them from realizing their dreams is money? I know, me too. Because I finally see an opportunity to fulfill another lifelong dream. And I'm, of course, talking about Elon Musk's boring company, Flamethrower. Did you see it?
No.
Oh my gosh, you've got it.
What is it?
You have.
It's not a flamethrower, though, is it?
No, it is a flamethrower. No, that's what I thought. I was like, that's not real. That's just a what? It is a flamethrower. I'm talking Ripley going to get Newt. Flamethrower. The eggs are going up in flames. Flamethrower.
Why is he trying to make that?
He's not trying. He's trying to get to Mars.
Yeah.
He's trying to do that. He's trying to build that Hyperloop. Okay, those are things he's trying. Something he has done is made the flamethrower accessible and affordable.
So it's $500. $500.
Do you know, I went shopping for handguns, and you can barely get a decent handgun for $500, and this guy's got a flamethrower.
Now, for this, there's 2,000 of them already gone as of yesterday morning.
And they're making 20,000.
They're making 20,000. That's it, and that's all they're saying.
Dude, I'll tell you right now.
So this is Elon Musk from the Boring Company.
Somebody busts into your house, okay? You pull a gun on them, they might be like, oh, they're not going to shoot me. They don't want to deal with the psychological after effects of having shot another human being. But I'll tell you what, I'll light you up.
Have you seen the flamethrower?
Yes!
It's really funny.
It's amazing.
It's quite something to look at.
Okay, listen, real talk. All right, what is a good, what are those snow removal things? The snow,
shovel?
Not the snow thrower, but the snow blower.
Yeah.
Like the big gasoline, whatever things. You don't need that. All you need is this flamethrower.
So is this to raise money for the tunnel stuff, though, I believe?
Yeah, whatever.
So, yeah, the Boring Company wants to build tunnels underneath areas where there's extreme congestion in order to alleviate some of that for certain cities. In order to raise money to try to fund that idea, they're selling merchandise. And
so they sold hats.
They sold hats. It was 50,000 hats for $20 a piece, and that was last year. So I guess this is this year's thing, too.
They said they would sell 20,000 flamethrowers when the hats went up.
And 2,000 were gone as of yesterday.
Flamethrower. They say that a flamethrower is legal if it doesn't throw a flame more than 10 feet.
You can tell, like, this is a very contained, small flame.
10
it's
feet!
not like when you look at a movie and they're like, "Roar!" and the flame is going everywhere. It's not like that.
Yeah, it is.
It's a tiny flame.
10 feet?
Yeah, but this one doesn't go 10 feet unless he has it turned down.
Well, no, not the one he has, but
Yeah.
I'm telling you that you can make a 10.
Can you mail this to somebody? And what do?
Just get it in the mail.
Add something to it?
No big deal. Just get your flamethrower. I'm telling you right now. Can you imagine? You break into a house and you're just like, whatever. And that guy, I feel like somebody coming at you with a flamethrower would be
the
more
scariest thing
it's
ever.
way more terrifying than somebody coming at you with an actual gun. Because with a gun, you're like, and I'm dead. But with a flamethrower, you're like, ow! They're going to burn me.
With a gun, part of me still wonders, are they going to miss? With a flamethrower, I think I have a pretty good chance here.
Flamethrowers like I'm coming after you with a shotgun. Chances are pretty good something's going to get you.
So if you're interested...
And they're probably crazy. Why do they have a flamethrower? That is a crazy person that has a flamethrower, which is why I feel like I need one.
If you're interested, there's less than 20,000 to go, and it's $500 for a pre-order. They don't know when it'll be shipping, but that's something that's out.
But I'll tell you what, they've got working prototypes, and I feel like I can trust Elon Musk.
And there's a $30 branded fire extinguisher you can also order.
Well, I think we might need that.
Just in case, you just want to add that on there.
Even at 10 feet, you probably shouldn't use this in the house. It's probably an outside toy.
I don't think I've ever been around a flamethrower in person.
Well, me either.
So what do you say? Let's go halvesies for the show.
Oh,
we can't have this.
I think we're going to need our own.
Okay.
And the other thing I will just tell you is that if you think, remember how we had a fryer in here one time and then we weren't allowed to have fryers? I feel like we're just one flamethrower away from a new rule in the rule book.
But better to ask for forgiveness than to ask for permission.
Also, if you look on the front door, we actually have a sign that says no firearms.
We do say
and
that.
And this may actually...
fall under that category.
It might.
Ever wonder what Nikki is doing when she isn't rioting? Find her Twitter feed at riot.radiou.com. Obadiah's is there too, but who cares what he's doing?
So, eclipses are cool, I guess. And supermoons I guess they're all right. And, I've seen a blue moon and I've seen a blood moon. But, what I haven't seen is a super blue blood moon eclipse.
Where is that going to be at?
Oh, it's coming this week, Nikki. Coming this Wednesday night.
Yeah.
We're going to get you interested in astronomy again.
Come on.
Woo!
Let's look up, guys. We don't look up enough.
Supermoon, blue moon, total eclipse. It's going to be huge. I just feel like everywhere I turn, people are coming up with bigger and crazier names for stuff because we're all so unimpressed.
Like we wouldn't be interested if they didn't make it so long sounding.
Well, the internet has, in a lot of ways, I feel like it's dulled our senses. It's a boy cried wolf kind of thing. The internet every day is like, wah!
Okay, because they tell us every time we're supposed to look up and see something at night. Like, well, if you live anywhere near a city, you're not going to, and, the typical sort of cloud coverage. We never get to see anything.
Nikki, I will tell you, it is the western coast of North America that's going to get the best view of this particular thing. Or if you're in Asia, Australia, or anywhere on an island in the Pacific Ocean, which we often are.
Maybe I need to plan that vacation. You said Tuesday, tomorrow, or next week?
Yeah, no, this week. So this Wednesday.
Oh, Wednesday.
Is when you're going to be able to see it. So maybe if we just take off now and we'll just
we normally have a 2-week turn-in notice, so I'm just afraid we're not going to make it.
Nikki, who's the boss here? Who is it? Because you know what? We're going to get it fixed.
Technically, I do sign the papers.
We're going to get it
fixed. I can sign my own paper and approve that.
Sign this paper!
Because we got to get to an island to see the blue thing that's happening on Wednesday night.
I'm not telling Michael about it. I'm just leaving. I'm just going to go. All right? So
maybe if we broadcast live, be like, here we are from this island.
We're here.
It's not anywhere near the time we're normally on, but we're here.
Well, who wants to see the super blood blue moon? Don't you want to see it?
So it's supposed to be blue or what?
Well, blue moons aren't really blue.
Sure.
They're something
This was
else.
a super, so I don't know.
Super, Nikki. It feels like a combo in Street Fighter or like Tekken or something. We're like, super blue blood moon multiplier.
I was thinking Zelda.
Okay, sure,
More
that too.
along that.
Actually, there's the evil moon at night that resets all the bad guys.
I thought you were going to tell me it was an expansion pack or something that you could download starting Wednesday, and it's like, no, this is the real world.
Well, I'll tell you right now that this is the first time the Western Hemisphere has been able to see an eclipsed blue moon since 1866. You add in the supermoon part of it, and
it's unheard of.
You've got an amazing horror movie, Super Blue Blood Moon.
Well, we should set a reminder to go outside and look.
Yeah. So this is the first time for a blue moon total eclipse since 1982 in the Eastern Hemisphere. So everybody have good times. Watch this eclipse. Stay up late. This is your excuse now. And if you come in wherever on Thursday and you're tired, just be like, bro, I so super blue blood mooned last night. And like, you should probably go to the nurse.
I don't think you can come to work then.
You've got to hand it to Obadiah and Nikki. Anyone can eat junk food all day.
Where's my food?
But they've figured out a way to get paid for it. The Riot on Radio U.
Should we just do some food news for a second?
Hey, you know what, Nikki? Go ahead. You take the lead. What do you got?
So McDonald's over the weekend, I noticed some locations have brought back the Mac Jr. and the Grand Big Mac.
It's called the Grand Mac.
It's, yes, wonderful.
So
both of them.
Did you go get one?
I might have had some of, yes, a whole one.
No. How many did you have?
Oh, I just had one.
Just
but
one?
I actually
Which
prefer the Grand Mac.
The big one.
I did, but
big one.
I prefer the Mac Jr. But I was so bummed because we had those testing here two years ago, two and a half years ago.
It's been a while ago.
Then they took them away. Then they became out nationwide. I think it was last January. And so now they're bringing it back for a limited time. So if you were a fan like I was, there you go. Now on to the other side. You don't want a Big Mac. How about a banana?
You can see those little onions poking out. I can't have that.
Just focus on the banana.
Okay, so Nikki has found that there's a company in Japan called Manji Banana that claims to have created the world's first edible banana peel.
So produced in Western Japan, it's super limited. There's about 10 sold weekly, and they're about $5.75. But it doesn't
$6 for a banana.
But it doesn't need pesticides. They're grown in non-tropical climates, and I guess so. I wonder, like, is it just tastes like it would be a normal peel, but because they're non-pesticides, then you can eat it?
Well, the people at Rocket News, it's English news in Japan, basically, they say that they have no flavor. Like, it's just a very bland kind of thing.
Peel with a banana?
Yeah, which to me, if that's going to be the case, I don't want to eat it.
I don't think I could.
My brain, it would just be like, no, you can't. You can't.
Tried to eat the peel on a kiwi because you can, and I couldn't do it.
Oh, really? See, I have no trouble eating a kiwi peel.
You can?
Yeah.
In my mind, you're like, stop it. It's fuzzy. What are you doing?
It has a weird, almost salty, gritty. It's not salt, but like it's kind of the texture, I think, that might feel a little salty. But
well, for this, if you're like wanting to try it and you can get a hold of one in Japan, it's now a banana that you can eat the peel. Because you're not supposed to eat the peel because of the pesticides of a banana that you get at the store.
Right. But okay,
even
but
if
then
you
are they technically edible then?
I believe so, if we didn't ruin it.
Right. So it's the stuff we're putting on the outside that makes us not want to eat them.
Yes, that's the problem. Which is why, like, there's certain fruits that if you buy organic mean nothing because of the type of peel around it.
Right.
Where there's other fruits you really want to watch what you buy because what we use seeps into it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I don't know. Well, okay, one time. If you said to me, here's a $6 banana that you can eat the peel, I would totally do that.
So here's your food news in the category letter B for Big Macs and bananas.
Oh, I love the B category.
Isn't it a great day?
It is the most fun category.
That's right.
The worst of the riot is over, but the fun can keep going.
Hey, I saw you checking out my goods.
Check the Riot blog or stalk us on social media.
You want to sample them? A little try before you buy, huh?
Through riot.radiou.com.
You guys do know that eventually we're going to be dead.